Hey, SER Associates, it's James Hamby, your broker and owner of Southern Classic Realtors, and I want to come to you today and start every Wednesday bringing you a broker moment. I'm going to call it What's Up Wednesdays with James. So I hope you like that. It's a little catchy title, but What's Up Wednesdays with James. And so today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our exclusive buyer's engagement agreement. And if you notice at the very top, the state law prohibits brokers from representing a buyer as a client without first entering into a written agreement with that buyer. So what that means is at the end of the day, when you're out there representing a buyer and you answer broker questions, real estate questions to your client, and you're giving them representation, they are in a client relationship with you. And therefore, your job is to get a buyer's engagement, exclusive buyer brokerage engagement agreement signed by that buyer. Now, the really cool thing is under the term number 2, you can date that for one day if you wish to. So if you wanted to go out today and meet with somebody and show them 3 or 4 houses, just get it dated for one day. And at the end of that day, if everybody agrees to move together and work on finding houses for them, then so be it. Just adjust that to whatever amount of time down the road that buyer wishes to work with you. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever. But if you're going to go out and show 3 or 4 houses today, you want this form right here to protect you so that if you do show 3 or 4 houses and that buyer decides to buy it without you, we have protection that your commissions are protected if they backdoor us. And without this being signed, you have no basis to be able to earn your commissions if that client was to decide to go behind your back and buy the house without you. So that's one thing I want to bring up. The second thing under number 3, agency and brokerage, it talks about what we do not offer. And I always want you guys to remember we do not offer dual agency and we don't offer sub-agency. Dual agency is, in my mind, an issue because how do you serve 2 clients with the same interest? The Bible says, how does a man serve 2 masters at the same time? In my opinion, it's impossible to do. So those 2 things, mark dual agency and sub-agency. Commissions, this is going to be a big thing down the road with commissions. I really think that eventually the buyers are going to pay the buyer's agent commissions, and I really think one day the sellers will only pay the listing broker their commission. So if you are representing a client and you want to say that you're entitled to a 3% commission, great. Hopefully the seller will pay that commission. But the difference, if it's not under 4B, you have the right that the seller does not pay the full commission or a partial amount of commission. You can select that the buyer shall or shall not pay the difference between whatever the seller does pay and what you want. So if the seller pays 2%, you want 3%, and you mark that the buyer shall pay the difference at closing, then that buyer will indeed pay you that other 1%. These are documents that were put together by our Georgia Association of Realtors, our forms committee. This past Friday, I was on a forms committee meeting. I think they do phenomenal work, but these documents are there to protect you. And I want to divert you to one last thing on number 8, where the buyer defaults. If you read that, it says, notwithstanding any provision to the contrary herein, the buyer agrees to immediately pay the broker its commissions in the event of the following. A, buyer defaults under a contract to purchase real estate under which the broker would have been paid a commission had the transaction closed. That, my friends, is what protects you for getting paid your commission should a buyer default accordingly and change their mind and back out. And that is why we are happy to send a demand letter giving that buyer 20 days to take care of that where we're concerned and make you whole. Always make sure you, on the very last page, you get the buyers to sign it, you sign it, make sure you fill in all the blanks accordingly. Never leave a blank empty. If you don't know, put NA. Never use TBD, which stands for to be determined, because who's going to determine it? Buyer, seller, when, where, why, we don't know. And always at the bottom, go ahead and fill in the receipt of the binding agreement date when we actually do this contract. So the exclusive buyer brokerage engagement agreement is here for a reason. I would think that if you're working with a seller, you're going to fill out a listing agreement. If you're working with a buyer, you should use this document. All right, guys, I hope our first meeting with What's Up Wednesday with James has brought you a lot of value. We're going to continue to go over things like this every week, and all I'm here to do at the end of the day is help you with your business, make your business better, and help you serve buyers and sellers in our great state of Georgia, South Carolina, and Alabama, and soon to be Florida. Thanks again, everybody. I appreciate you. You have a wonderful day. I'll see you again next week. Take care.